What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Ashling Cole, from your favorite morning show, Shop Talk, and the newest show on Freedom Radio, Better Together. The Freedom Radio All-Stars are preparing for the 9th season anniversary party, and we want you to be in the Zoom. Yep, I said it, in the Zoom. Saturday, May 9th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Zoom. Space is limited, so we need you to register in advance. So download the FDR app, or if you have it already, simply open the Freedom Radio app, allow the in-app update, and you'll see the Zoom party icon. This year's theme is based around sports. How many of you miss your sports teams? My God. So grab your favorite team, tee, or jersey and get on in the Zoom. We'll have games with tons of great prizes, surprise guests, live interviews, and more. We'll have a chance to feature some of our FDR All-Stars as they answer your questions about how Freedom Radio has impacted their lives and how we've come from our rookie season all the way to our now 9th season. So make plans to join us live Saturday, May 9th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, only on Zoom. We can't wait to see you, so come on, get on in the Zoom. Hey, get on in the Zoom. Yeah, get on in the Zoom. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Ashling Cole. I am super excited to be here today. Oh my goodness. This is only our second show, and it's like blowing up. It's like catching fire. It's like fire upon fire upon fire. And I promise you, this is like confirmation that when you are in God's will, he will just open up doors that you didn't even know were there. But it's like we didn't do this because of the doors. We did it because we love to encourage people. And so I'm super excited that you could join us today. We've got a great show planned for you. But of course, there's two of us. You can see two of us here. So let me bring in my amazing co-host, Jacoree, my bestest friend. What's up?
Come on in the Zoom.
Come on.
How y'all doing?
How are you doing?
I'm better too.
Come on. Yes. I love it. And we kind of matching today. That is so weird. Look at our black and white and red. Well, come on, show me your beads. Where your beads at? Come on.
Power in the beads.
There's power in the beads. Come on.
How are you doing?
I'm
so excited. I just got out of the glam bathroom, glamming myself. I had to
glam bathroom.
This hair, I had to pull it,
You see what I did with my hair. It is tucked, honey, tucked. It is wrapped and capped and tucked up in here. I'm not, oh, Jesus.
I'm just so excited because this is so God-given. It's so out of my element. Well, I mean, we have a good time together, but letting people into a good time, especially that we're going through this mountain.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Well, that's what I said. It's like, we don't do this because we're looking for fame or fortune or anything. This is how we've been. This is literally our authentic relationship and our friendship. And we just inviting people into the room to to join us. Come on in the room. Exactly. And so today is really cool. So today is Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. Jacoree, do you even know what Cinco de Mayo is?
No, but I know most people have margarita and chips.
Well, I'll be partaking in the chips and salsa today. I had guacamole yesterday, but no margaritas for me. I'm good on the margaritas. Me and them happy drinks don't get along no more. We don't.
Well, you got margarita tea. It's all disasters. Everybody drinking disasters.
Drinking disasters. I know. Some about 5-5. Now, here's what's interesting. 5-5, right? 5 May 5th. 5-5. 5 is the number of grace. And there's a lot of people that are going to need some grace today because they're going to be acting double grace. You get a double portion of grace today.
You're going to
need some double portion of grace. Well, Cinco de Mayo is let me just tell you what Cinco de Mayo is. So Cinco de Mayo is an annual celebration held on May 5th. The date is observed to commemorate the Mexican Army's victory over the French Empire at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862, under the leadership of General Ignacio Zaragoza. So we want to definitely, we all inclusive. So we want to definitely salute everybody on May 5th. And going to look, I'm all about independence, honey. So we're going to celebrate your independence.
Come on, independence.
Yeah. So I guess they call it Mexican Independence Day instead of like July 4th is for United States American independence. Mm-hmm. But today is also, this is the Tuesday before Mother's Day. And so I've been thinking, it's so funny. I got a text message. Somebody slid into my DMs, one of my mom's best friends. And she told me that she had a dream about my mom last night. And my mom went and visited her in her dream. And honey, they were walking through the city and they were going to have dinner. And it was so interesting because she said, your mom didn't eat anything because she's in a different place where she doesn't need food. Come on, she in a better place. So I miss my mom every day. I think about all these things that God has blessed me with. And I wish that she was here, but I know that she is somehow, if it's possible for her to be watching and to be like proud of me from wherever I think it's possible. And if it is, that she would be looking out and watching me and her grandbabies and just seeing that we're thriving and we're okay. And I think that she would just be okay to just go on. You know what I mean? So that may sound a little granola for some people, but
we eat granola, don't we?
Well, we do. Okay. And your mom is still with us. Praise God. Praise God. And so what does Mother's Day represent for you, Jay?
Well, Mother's Day for me it's always been a great thing. I've always bought many, many gifts, but the hardship now is I could buy many, many gifts, but I don't want it to be cereal, yogurt, all of the stuff that they sell at the grocery store. But I have a very great mother. She has pushed me and launched me in so many different directions and still is, although I'm a little higher in age. But
just a little bit.
Great. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Been great. And I just want to celebrate all of the mothers out there.
Yes.
Little, absolutely. Big, and in between. We celebrate you because guess what? If there was no mother, there would be no us. There would be no children. If you didn't bore children, if you didn't hatch children, there would be no us.
You said hatch children. I can't stand you. Well, look, if you are listening, we want you to go to the Freedom Radio page. You can see us. You can comment. We're going to be able to see your comments live. I just saw that Rhonda Jones has joined us. What? Hello, cousin. I see that Lorraine Jackson, all the way from Ireland, has joined us. Hello, Lorraine. This is she's like my auntie, right? From my mom's side of the family. So good to see her. But yeah, I don't even want to waste any time.
No, don't wait.
I don't want to waste any time. So we have a special guest, but I'm going to let Jacoree take over and I am in your care, sir. Please take us there, sir.
Wow. So right now we have, I don't know if you guys follow us, but we do first reaction videos. And the funny thing is God has had me and Ashling, we've been befriending each other for many years, but we have some of the same likes. And this next person is one of our favorite likes. Her name is Melonie Daniels. Can you bring Melonie Daniels on with us?
Melonie!
I literally just got through putting on the last bit of mascara.
Don't even worry about
mascara. Come on.
Don't even worry about it.
What's up, y'all?
Hi. I just love you so much. And I know that you've been in conversation with Jacoree and you and I haven't really officially met, but I just love you so much. I just love you. Such an inspiration. I'm excited for today because I got questions.
Okay, cool. Well, I love you back.
Thank you.
And let me just say before we get started, years ago, Dr. Jones used to have the artist retreats in Las Vegas, and I used to work with him. I was very young. But I used to follow all of the artists. They never stopped me because he had a love for me. So I used to carry my camcorder around. And soon as I find the footage, I'm going to put it out. But I have pictures with her. And I had no clue the guy, had stuff lined up like he does.
Right.
To where now I can call her my friend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm elated. Hey, what you got over there? What's that?
Eating some cucumbers.
Come on, cucumbers.
So what questions, Ashling, did you have?
Oh, I have so many questions. So I love your voice. Your singing voice is unique and special and really set apart. It's set apart. It's very distinctive. I remember the first time that I heard you and I was like, oh, this is like on next level, some other level. Wow. I'm wondering, having a different type of voice, having a different sound from the norm. Was that ever challenging for you? Did that ever cause you to like hold back or not want to sing, or were people critical of that?
They weren't critical. It was different and it stood out, but I had I had a lot of issues about self-esteem as far as my voice was concerned, and my image as well. You know, us girls, we suffer with poor self-image.
Oh yes.
What do they call it? Body dysmorphia.
Yes.
That's what they've named it now. That I was too chubby. I didn't have the hourglass shape.
Right.
But I knew that I loved to sing, and that's where my sanctuary. That's where I found my sanctuary. And I know I didn't sound like everybody else, and it was a challenge for a little while coming when I was younger. But as I grew into my voice, when I found my voice, you know, we literally singers, we don't find our voice until we're like 25.
Come on.
You didn't really get comfortable inside of the skin and singing until you're about 25. Am I right?
Yep, that's true. That's true. And really, for me, it was almost even over 30 because I was dealing with so much low self-esteem and so much anxiety and so much like dysfunction. It really didn't come from me until I was picked up by an artist and went on a national tour.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to me. I was singing with a group called the Darrell Douglas Workshop Company here in New York. And in the early 90s, it was the thing for an artist to have a Black gospel choir singing behind them. Contrary to popular opinion, I am a Black woman. Okay. And he hired us out to do a gig with George Michael. And we were like, okay, cool. And that was the first time I met a Black person with a British accent. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, this is great. So, and then we were also engaged to sing at background singer that sang for Luther, Cindy Mizell. We were engaged to sing at her wedding. So
yes.
And her cousin actually was singing with Mariah. His name was Patrick McMillan. And he used to sing with Mariah. And they were like, yo, you guys, if Mariah ever needs a choir, we're going to call you guys up. And we were like, sure you will.
Right.
And a few months later, we got the call to sing with Mariah on the Grammys in 1992.
Wow.
And we sang the song with her, If It's Over, on the Grammys. And in those rehearsals, Tommy Mottola heard Kelly Price, her sister Cherie Price, and myself singing. And we were joking around, being stupid. You know, we're singing stuff like Coca-Cola commercials, like gospel 3-part. It was stupid.
Right.
Being dumb. And he was like, you got to come here and hear this. He pulled Mariah in, and she was like hiding behind everybody listening to us sing. And she was like, wow. I want you guys, if you don't mind, would you guys sing with me on MTV Unplugged? We're doing this new thing. We're doing this new thing called MTV Unplugged.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, baby.
We're like, okay. So we did it. And then we were the smaller group that sang on MTV Unplugged. I'll Be There went to #1.
Yep.
And the rest is history.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that video now. I'm gonna have to go back and like look at that because I remember that MTV Unplugged.
Yeah.
I was like, because that was Trey.
I used to love that. Those series were amazing. It was Trey Lorenz.
Yep.
It was Patrick McMillan and Gino. Oh God, I can't remember Gino's last name. I'm sorry, Gino, if you're watching. But it was them. It was the 7 of us from the group.
Wow.
So, and the way they staged us, it was the guys, then it was me, Cherie, and Kelly, and then everybody else, the rest of the group.
Fire. Just fire.
It was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Well, I want to also ask you because we're only a 30-minute show. This is like we were like going fast, right? But I want to ask you about I Need Your Spirit. I want to know about how that song came to be. What was that like to be able to carry on that Hawkins legacy? Talk to me about that. Talk to us about that.
Okay, I don't mind telling how old I am. I'm 51. I'll be 52 on Saturday.
Come on,
birthday! Happy birthday!
So, the Hawkins, Andre Crouch singers, Clark sisters, Milton Brunson, some community singers, they were all like my soundtrack of my life. Yes. And the Hawkins were a major influence. My brother used to play the family albums, and I wasn't allowed to touch the record player.
Oh, me too.
Because I'm 9 years younger than him.
Come on.
So I got saturated with their music. And when I Need Your Spirit came out in Edwin Hawkins' Music and Art Seminar, I was a senior in high school. I've been listening to that song for 30-something years.
Yes.
And I got involved with the Music and Art Seminars back in '97 when I was working with Mariah. And I was just so in that song just is like a mantra to me. Absolutely. It became something I was like, I need the Holy Spirit to do anything that I do, everything that I do.
Yes.
So I was just like, when I wanted to do a I had done a record prior, and then I did this single in 2016, and I said, and I wanted to do it because Walter had passed in 2010. Edwin was still around and still healthy and still able to hear what we were doing. And he kind of took the whole family. They just took me under their wing and called me like a surrogate daughter. And I was just like, wow, I actually have Edwin Hawkins' phone number in my phone. This is wild.
I love that.
Power to the phone.
Right. And he would call me every once in a while and be encouraging. Right. He would call me every once in a while and be encouraging, and just like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, I love you. So I wanted to do something to honor him and the legacy of the Music and Art Seminar, which was a major part of my soundtrack as well.
Yes.
So I did the single in 2016.
Wow, it's the bomb. Hold on 1 minute, pause. I don't want anybody to think I'm being rude, but we only on here a minute, and I have a surprise. This is gonna be for all of us.
Okay.
Can you bring our surprise, and I'm not gonna even say his name because Ashley's probably gonna fall out. L. Spencer Smith.
Don't scream, Ashling.
What? Are you kidding me right now?
Hey, what's happening?
Hold on, where's my fan? Jesus.
Well, let me just say.
Through I didn't know journey of discovery. Hey, I'm finding me. Yes, sir.
I just want to say, first off, this is so God-given because L. Spencer, I really had never heard of you until quarantine hit and Ashlyn came home from something very special. And she was just like, I need you to hear this guy. And she was just like, I want to meet him. I want to go to his church. So this is a shock. She had no clue that you were coming on. So Ashlyn, please meet L. Spencer Smith. And I know you probably already know Melonie. Everybody knows.
Hey, Ashlyn. How are you?
I'm at a loss for words. I didn't even look. He said that he had a surprise guest. I never would a million trillion thousand bajillion years would have thought it would be you. What a privilege it is to meet you. I just love your sound. I love the sound that God has given you. I love that you are putting your sound out unafraid, unapologetically. I love that you're giving us a new sound in gospel music. You're incorporating R&B and jazz and blues and and you just have a young sound. Come on with your running with your running self.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Ashlyn. Listen, and all of it is intentional. All of it is very intentional about the way that I'm communicating this new record. And I'm grateful. I'm not as I'm not young, but I think I was just listening to you and Melonie and just talking about how your voice just gets, finds its space and finds its place the older you get. And so I'm 48 and I'm just finding that space where I'm comfortable. And one of the sad things about our genre gospel is that I grew up when there could be difference and everybody could be different. So I grew up with your Edwin Hawkins and your Walter Hawkins, which two were different, and your Daryl Coleys, and you could have all of these people on the stage and experience a full cadre of music and style, and each of them could be appreciated and live. And sometimes now, if you don't sound like what's being out or what's out now, you kind of gotta trying to find your spot. So I'm just kind of comfortable where I am. I'm grateful to still be around doing this great music with this sound that that feels really good to me. I hope it feels good to everybody else. I'm just really, really grateful to still be doing and still loving to do this gospel music. So, thank you so very much for even blessing me on Instagram. Y'all just bless me with Unstoppable and all the things that you all do. I am so grateful. And thank you, Jacoree, for setting this up. Thank you.
Definitely. Definitely.
Absolutely. So for those of you that don't, I mean, I'm looking at our okay, we still have some time, but for those of you, I hope that, these are names that need to be household names. Melonie and L. Spencer Smith, definitely we need to get these. So to me, y'all are super, celebrities anyway. But for those of you that are not familiar, L. Spencer Smith has a new project that just came out in April. It's called Hooked.
Yeah. And you will be hooked.
Yes, Hooked on Jesus.
Wait a minute, let me go to iTunes right now.
Come on.
Go to iTunes. This is the record I was telling you about right here.
Come on, Jesus.
Yes.
Yes.
And the first single, I believe, was The Cross Alone. Was that the first single? That song is like, it's so beautiful. We, with all the rights and everything, we can't play it on the show, but don't trip. All y'all go to whatever, Spotify, iTunes,
please do it.
Purchase.
Yeah.
All caps. Purchase.
Yeah.
Purchase.
Yeah, this record is something else. I'm really if the love relationship between God and man had a soundtrack, it would be Hooked. That's it right there. We wrote it for a movie to be produced, a movie to be done. And from the beginning to the end, it is all curated as a movie script. So from home Home takes you on a journey, and then all the way to the Cross Alone, and everything in between. It sings, it moves, the motion is like a movie. And one of the things that we were very intentional about was bringing that quality of level of production. I was really specific about who I wanted to feature, who I wanted to do strings on what song, who I wanted. So my thing is this: if it's not worth it, it's only too much. If
Come on, Jesus.
Come on, Lord.
You know how the enemy try to break up some stuff.
I know it.
Right. And so, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful that everybody who's hearing it. And of course, we had a lot of things planned, but Mother Corona had other plans, was breaking up some stuff. And so we couldn't travel. We had a lot of things planned, but it's slowly saturating the ear space.
Yes,
everyone, and
we're gonna change that from slowly. We're gonna change that. Well, we're gonna change that language. So yes.
But what's funny? Can I just say,
it's a reset.
Right. This interruption has been a blessing, because sometimes I feel as though I'm not out there with you guys, but it feels so good to connect with artistry, especially when it comes to ministry. Yeah. When I feel as though I can touch you. It makes the song go so much further than just being a listener.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we as gospel artists predominantly should be touchable. I think
for sure.
You're speaking a word now, sir. You speaking a word.
It's just, again, sometimes unfortunately we become so much star that we forget we follow the sun. And
right.
We become so much star that we forget we are following the sun. Come on.
And we
come on, Bishop.
Yes.
We mess up the message and the music. And I'm grateful again just to be able to do this. I was actually supposed to see Melonie in this month in a couple of weeks for the revival at their church, and
he was supposed to be at my church this month.
Are you serious?
This is God-given.
Oh, we didn't even know. That's
yes.
We honestly started doing this from the first reaction videos, and that was God-given.
Right.
I mean, it's just amazing just to be able to touch people. And especially now where this social distancing seems to be a thing, I'm hoping that it doesn't catch on. I'm hoping that it is just for the moment, but that we remember that we are all supposed to make people feel in touch, especially those of us who communicate the love of Jesus. And that's all I wanted this record to be about. Whether you play it with your spouse, whether you play it with your significant other, or whether you're just singing it to God, the music is interchangeable in that space. And I wanted to live in that space. I didn't make a record for church. I didn't do it specifically because sometimes we preach to the preacher and sing to the choir, but there are many people that need to know that they are loved that don't ever go to church. And so
I love that.
Ever.
So I'm hoping and I'm praying that if I can just reach those people, if I can reach those people, then the record would have been a major success to me.
Amen.
Well, here's what I do know. I do know that during this time of SIP, shelter in place, people's true colors are coming out. Ooh, artists that have thrived on the emotional experience of going to church and hooping and hollering and, with no substance, the truth of those people is really coming out. I mean, Jacoree and I have talked about this. Like, I've seen artists on Instagram or going live and I'm like, who are these people? Like, I thought I had a whole different image of who you
King
were.
What King James say? Sounding brass and tinkling cymbals.
That's what.
Come on.
That part.
No mirror reflection. No mirror reflection at all.
So I think that, you said, Melonie, about resets. I think that this is going to be a stripping away of those masks, those layers, those things that we've built up around us. Look, we ain't got no hair. We ain't got no, we don't have our squad to make us look a certain way. We don't have, we can't hide behind anything right now. So your heart will be seen. Your heart will be heard. And I think it's a blessing. I take it as a blessing.
It is.
And so all those things that are negative, those will be stripped away and the remnant will be able to come through and be heard. And I see that in you. I appreciate the two of you are so genuine and so humble. Like, thank you so much for coming on here and blessing us today.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
I'm glad. Listen, first of all, we are glad to be alive.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I literally just got a message that one of my cousin's dad just died.
Oh,
he just died. And in Florida. And we're praying for them. In the midst of all of that, they need not just to talk about our catalog and all of the things that we've done, but they need our hearts to communicate that God still cares. And not only God still cares, God still cares through us. God still loves through us. God still is touching through us. And so it is so important, for this kind of medium to have, us on talking to you. It's such a blessing. A dear friend of mine, real brother of mine, passed away last week, Troy Sneed.
Yes.
And we grew up in college together. Literally, Troy was the impetus for my
Florida A&M gospel choir with the sisters. Go
right.
Come on, download.
Literally, Troy really did that. My first records with Surgery and all that. That was Troy Sneed. And so while we think we're, like my grandmama said, like we think we're such a much, really, we are just here, and our life is a vapor, and it depends on us how we make it last and how effective we are. And so I'm just praying, this, and this is not flattery. Mel has always had that genuineness about her. Every time I see her, whether we're at Greater Allen or whether we're at SOBs and she's hosting, she knows how to be genuinely her. And this is what we need, not just gospel artists, R&B artists, but people who know the art of love and the art of humanity to continue to touch people with this great music in such a way that everybody feels like there's somebody at this time.
Absolutely. Amen. Well, I'm looking at the clock. I can't believe it. We are almost out of time. Melonie, definitely. Melonie, will you tell people how they can find you on social media?
Yep. You can find me on Instagram at Melo Sings, MELOSINGS. That's on Instagram and Twitter, and on my Facebook. I get no more friends. I'm already full up, but you can follow me. Melonie Daniels-Walker.
Got you. Awesome.
I'm at my church every Sunday, and we're there virtually every Sunday now. Greater Allen Amy Cathedral. My pastor is a Floyd and Lane Flake. You can check me out there.
And L. Spencer Smith, tell them real quick.
Whatever else, hit me up.
Yeah, L. Spencer
Slide in my DMs.
That's right. That part. L. Spencer Smith. SPNSER. There you go. That's where I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find me. You can go.
We've got 10 seconds. Everybody, just say bye. We love you. Tune in to Better Together. We'll see you next time. Love you.
Check out the next first reaction.
Love you.
Woo!
Awesome.
My God, today.